Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I am, of course, Xander. You. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. Anyway, pardon me. Today is Thursday, aka Friday, June 26, 2026. In the year 2626. Well, it's not the year 2626, but yeah, anyway. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Trying to tab and talk at the same time. We have a 42-page document to go through today, like a little bit on the longer side, but I think we're getting better at rattling things off, and I don't have as much marked today as I usually do, so let's start off on the year 4. Augustus adopted Tiberius, and 221, Roman Emperor Aglabius adopted his cousin Alexander Severus as his heir and granted him the title of Caesar. Then we have 363. The Golden Loon joins, the This Date in History show.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's actually happened in 2026, but yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. 323 here. Roman Emperor Julian was killed during retreat from the Sassanid Empire. General Jovian was proclaimed emperor by troops on the battlefield. So it says here, other source, Roman Emperor Julian was fatally wounded. Fatally is dead, so fatally wounded by Sassanid troops in a skirmish close to Samara. Pardon me. I don't know what's going on. I had that sherbet earlier. I guess I'm getting a lot of phlegm. While retreating from his failed siege of Sisypheon. 684, Saint Benedict II began his reign as Catholic Pope. That sounds like a nothing article from primary source. Other source, though, says Pope Benedict II was consecrated as Pope following imperial approval from the Byzantine Emperor. He was the last Pope to require the confirmation of the Emperor, the next Popes requiring only that of the more closely situated Exarch of Ravenna. That's a lot more substantial right there.
Yes.
Yeah. 699, En no Ozuno, a Japanese mystic and apothecary who will later be regarded as the founder of a folk religion, Shugendo, was banished to Izu Oshima. 1243, Mongols under Baiju Noyan defeated the Seljuk Turks under Kaykursanov II. Pardon me, at the Battle of Kosi Dag. The Sultanate of Rum became subsequently a vassal to the Mongol Empire. Now, that last part is not covered in the primary source here, So I read the secondary source first. Yeah, they both said the same thing, more or less, except for that last statement there. 1284, according to the Lüneburg manuscript, a piper led 130 children of Hamelin away. That sounds terrifying. And is this the Pied Piper?
Must be.
Yeah, I'm sure it's this, and this picture is, or one of them or a couple of them are called Pied Piper, and that's like he led children away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Unless this happened multiple times, which is even more alarming, I'm going to have to assume that this is the Pied Piper. So, moving on up to 1409, Council of Pisa selected Petros Philargi as third Pope, Alexander V. Why am I reading this? Well, 1409, we have the Western Schism. The Roman Catholic Church was led into a double schism as Petros Philargos was crowned Pope Alexander V after the Council of Pisa, joining Pope Gregory XII in Rome and Pope Benedict XIII in Avignon. So we have 3 popes going on. That's wild. Doesn't even mention the schism here. Like, that's quite a thing to leave out. 1483, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, became King Richard III of England after Parliament declared in the Titulus Regius, or the Act of Settlement, that his nephew Edward V and Edward's siblings were illegitimate, ending the boy king's brief claim to the throne. So, and secondary source just said Richard III became King of England. So, we have an example of the primary source actually saying more than the secondary for once. Well, not for once, it happens every now and then. 1498, though, this is not in the primary source. Toothbrush invented in China using boar bristles.
Oh.
So,
I'll be darned.
Yeah. It's telling me image search this, but this is more or less what you'll get, So, but these are, boar bristles, because they were, coarse and all that stuff enough to brush teeth and everything. Must have been gross, but... 5039, Battle of Chausa, Afghan and Northern Indian leader Sher Shah Suri defeated Mughal Emperor Humayun in Bihar, in a major battle involving 200,000 forces.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a lot of thousands of forces.
Yeah.
5041, Francisco Pizarro was assassinated in Lima by the son of his former companion and later antagonist, Diego de Almagro the Younger. Almagro was later caught and executed. Yikes.
So they definitely had a falling out.
Yeah, stuff happened. 5053, pardon me, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Christ Hospital, no, it's not that. It's just, I'm constantly wanting to cough here.
Phlegm going on.
Yeah, Christ Hospital in London, England, granted a charter by King Edward VI to house and teach children of the poor. That sounds cool and all, but teach them what?
Yeah.
So, it's a church, so they're going to teach them religious things, and I mean, kind of jamming it into their little heads. So.
Or they just teach them how to be poor.
That too. 1604, French expedition led by Pierre Duguay de Montes landed at Ile Sainte-Croix to found settlement of Acadia in New France, later moved to Port Royal. Okay. Moving on to 1718, Peter the Great's son, Tsar Alexei Petrovich of Russia, died from the effects of torture after being sentenced to death by his father for plotting against him. Yikes.
Jeez.
What the heck? That's almost
plotting
as bad
against his father, and he
that's
got
terrible.
executed by executed his son.
Well, I mean, his son was trying to kill him or something, so, I mean, what are you going to do? 1721, Dr. Zabdiel Boliston gave the first smallpox inoculations in America, I guess, United States.
Yeah.
No, this is America, 1721.
Yeah, I said yeah.
I was like, and then I said United States as you were saying so I was just like, wait a minute, no. 1794, Battle of Fleurus, major victory by forces of the First French Republic under General Jean-Baptiste Jourdan over the coalition army of Great Britain and over Dutch Republic and Habsburgs, was with the first use of a reconnaissance balloon. So I actually have an image of this. It's a small image here, but let me look up a better image. We'll get to the turtles here in a little bit. But right here, this is a better image over here. Open image new tab. This is 1794. So, and there's somebody up in a balloon. They're tied to the ground, but they're providing reconnaissance. Maybe coordinates for artillery, but look at the foreground. There were still I mean, this was just not that long after the Revolution, 1794.
No.
And they're already using balloons for reconnaissance. That's fascinating. So, what else do we got here? 1797, Charles Newbold patented the first cast iron plow. Though farmers feared the effects of iron on soil, that is a legitimate concern. You don't want shavings and all that stuff in there, but eventually it caught on. So, 1807, lightning hit a gunpowder warehouse in Luxembourg. 230 people died. Yee. 1843, Hong Kong proclaimed a British Crown colony. The Treaty of Nanking came into effect. Hong Kong Island was ceded to the British in perpetuity, but apparently for naught. 1848, first pure food law was enacted in the U.S. Cool. 1857, the first 62 recipients received the Victoria Cross for valor in the Crimean War from Queen Victoria. So the first investiture of the Victoria Cross in Hyde Park, London. 1870, first section of Atlantic City, New Jersey boardwalk was open. I'm going to image search this really quick and let's see
if... it goes way back, that boardwalk.
Oh, yeah. So over at the boardwalk... Da, 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 da.
And look at that cool golf cart going along.
Yeah, little. No, wait.
No, it's a hot dog stand or something like that.
No, but there's people in it.
So they are. Okay, so it's like a taxi.
Yeah, but there's a guy pushing it.
Yeah.
No, but there are people in it.
Yeah. Well, they have those so they can go along the boardwalk.
Oh wow, there's several of them. They're everywhere. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Huh.
You can take it from. They have those bicycles on Las Vegas Strip. You could take it from end to end or whatever.
Or like the one that we got at Pismo.
Oh, well, no, the ones at Vegas, they rode you. It's like a rickshaw.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like
That's right.
that.
Yeah, true. Anyway, 1870, Richard Wagner's opera Die Walküre, or The Valkyrie, the second in his Ring cycle, premieres in Munich, featuring Ride of the Valkyries. This one here, we all know this song.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we all know this song. So, I'm going to post that in the underbar. Like, as you saw, I was collecting the link here. And actually, I'm going to post this in the music channel on Discord. I'll show you how to get to that later and everything. But this link and all links that we collect throughout the show will be in the underbar of the description below after the live stream. We already do have a lot of cool stuff down there, though. Moving on up here to 1886, Henry Moissan isolated elemental fluoride for the first time. Wow. 1894, Carl Benz of Germany received a U.S. patent for a gasoline-powered automobile.
Mercedes-Benz, they joined together eventually.
Well, yeah. 1900, Dr. Walter Reed began research that defeated yellow fever. Cool.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it is. And that same day, Japan mobilized 20,000 troops to help put down the Boxer uprising in China and to advance their long-term interest in gaining land and power in mainland Asia. Yeah, here they're starting. Here they go.
Yeah. Those two have been at it, China and Japan, for a long time.
That's only because they're strong. Like, if the shoe were on the other, if Korea was as strong as China, if Laos, Vietnam, they all hate each other. It's crazy to this day. 902, Order of Merit instituted by King Edward VII. Okay. 906, Hungarian driver Ferenc in a Renault AK90 CV won the first Grand Prix motor racing event in the Le Mans in France.
Oh.
Excellent. 365 days later, 1907, Bolsheviks overthrew transport in Tiflis. What? What does that mean? Like, transport?
I don't know.
What?
Bolsheviks overthrow transport of syphilis.
in Tiflis.
It's a place, I guess.
Yeah, well, I know, but what the heck does
that mean? I have no idea what that means.
I'm just gonna do a surface level scratch.
I'm seeing the words.
Oh,
I don't get any.
Tiflis bank robbery. Oh, okay, so they robbed a bank. Bank robbery. Okay. Bank robbery. I'll put this link here as well so I can do some research. So let's see here. Tiflis
So does that mean they stole the money and they...
in the transport vehicle or whatever it was, probably, yeah. If anyone wants to look that up, let us know. More about this. Let us know in the comment section. That'd be wonderful. 1911, Newport set an aircraft speed record of 83 miles per hour.
Ooh.
133 kilometers per hour. Nowadays I think if you slow down to 83 miles per hour, you're going to stall. You can't even go that slow anymore. 1911, U.S. Open Men's Golf, Chicago Golf Course. 19-year-old John McDermott became the first stadium-born champion, winning in a playoff with Mike Brady and George Simpson. Mike Brady and George Simpson. 1914, the Indian Relief Act passed after a protracted period of passive resistance led by M.K. Gandhi. It abolishes a 3-pound tax imposed on Indians who had not renewed their indentures and recognized, quote, the validity of Indian customary marriages, end quote. Wow. We thought we had it bad out here in the Americas. They really put the foot down on the throat down in India. That's terrible. And
control.
Well, to me, I think it's more than just control. Because, they put their boot on our neck, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But, things like this, they didn't devalue, the validity of our marriage. And that's because we had the same religion, we're the same color.
Right.
And I'm just like, wow, they really, there really was racism and such in the past. There really was.
Absolutely.
But I look around the world, today it's just like, yeah, there's still problems. But, just the way people are carrying on, it almost sounds like there's a lynching every day. It's just like, guys, please. There's more problems in the world right now than to worry about, somebody getting hired or not hired because of the color of their skin, okay? People are dying. It's crazy. 1915, Germany suppressed Vorwärts newspaper after it called for peace. It's typical of Germany. 1916, Cleveland Indians experimented with numbers on jerseys in a game against Chicago White Sox. First time MLB players identified by numbers corresponding to those on scoreboard. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. 1917, the first U.S. troops arrived in France during World War I, and here's a photo of that.
Oh, there we go.
The American Expeditionary Force began to arrive in France. They will first enter combat in the Battle of Hamal on July 4th.
Whoa.
I'm just thinking, this is the second largest global conflict ever.
Yeah.
It was the first, and then it became the second, unfortunately.
Well, there's a gap in there, but they're really the same.
Well, Asia wasn't involved in the first one.
Well, that's true.
Really. Well, there might have been some stuff I'm not sure.
It's expanded. I mean,
yeah.
As far as the European theater.
Well,
It's an extension.
It's supposed to be no. This is a world war.
Yes.
Europe is not the world.
No.
So, but anyway, aside from semantics, the point I'm making is it was the first and it became the second largest conflict this planet has ever seen, and we entered it, at least on combat, on our Independence Day. Like, there's something poetic about that.
Yeah.
You know, like. What else do we got here? 1918, the Australian steamer Winmara was sunk by mine laid north of Cape Maria, Van Diemen in 1917 by the German raider Wolf. 26 of its 151 passengers and crew were killed.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Now that makes me wonder, World War One end. When did World War One? I think we covered it, right? Nope, not yet. November 11th. I thought I knew that.
So it's coming up this year.
Yeah. So World War One was still going on, because I was just thinking, like, was this before or after the war? Because if it was
over 100 years ago, it was going on.
Oh wow!
Right now, as we speak.
Yeah. Well.
Over 100 years.
Yeah. Over 100 years.
108.
Now, 1919, and the New York Daily News began publishing. Good old New York Daily News. So, just image search just to see what it looked like back then. Oh, look at that.
Still around.
Oh, yeah.
Not as big as the New York Times, obviously.
No. 1922, the emergency decree under Article 48 of the Weimar Constitution are invoked by the government to deal with the deteriorating economic conditions. Yeah, they were getting screwed over. 24, after 8 years of occupation, U.S. troops left the Dominican Republic. Why were we there? Like, that's weird. And, hold on a second. Where's my phone? I'm going to have to do a live recheck of this because this is saying other source says it's 1915. Or not 1925, not 1924. So hold on, let me scroll up here really quick. 1800s. Too far. 19... Okay, it was 24. Okay, so I put in the wrong one. There we go. Alright. 1925, Charlie Chaplin's silent film The Gold Rush, which he wrote, directed, and starred in, was released and became the 5th highest grossing silent film of all time. Yeah, good old Charlie Chaplin. Well, he didn't have much competition. I mean, how many silent films were there? Like, 1,000?
It could have been easy,
like, nowadays...
You went to the theater just like you do now.
Well, I know. I'm just wondering...
Scale, but...
Yeah, true. In 1927, Comet 7P, also known as Pons Winnicke, approached within 0.0394 AUs of Earth. I want to know. I'm going to start looking this up. What is this?
Measurement?
Yeah, like AU. Because, AU is an astronomical unit.
Well, it's also stands for gold.
Well, gold is not a measurement.
No, I know.
So it's not coming within this amount of gold purity to Earth.
I know that. I'm just saying, ironically, AU also stands for gold on the metric scale.
So this is saying, this can't be right. 3.6 miles? That can't be right. Hold on a second. Amount from astronaut. So hold on a second. So 0.0394. Okay. Calculates. Okay, that looks better. 3,662,458.8 miles. Okay.
Sunday Drive.
Yeah. All right. That's still a distance. 1927. The Cyclone roller coaster opened on Coney Island.
Ooh.
There it is, right there.
Never been to Coney Island.
Neither have I. But we were in that area once. In New York.
Yeah.
And here it is today. Like, it's still the road is still right there, and it's because like you can see here, this is not even a photo. This is an artist rendition. They have a car right there, right up to the gate to get on it, and it's the same thing.
There it is.
That's awesome. That's an actual photograph.
Ah.
Right there. I think it looks like
Cyclone.
Yeah. 1934, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Federal Credit Union Act into law establishing credit unions. Now I know why you hate him. You son of a bitch. 1934, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the National Firearms Act into law, requiring registration and imposition of exercise. Why can't I read? Okay. Requiring registration and imposition of excise tax on firearms, including machine guns, short-barreled shotguns and rifles, and silencers. They're actually suppressors, not silencers. Exceptions made for pistol, revolvers, and long guns. Huh.
Called an excise tax.
Okay. 34, W.B. Du Bois resigned from the NAACP after reversing his stance on segregation and clashing with his leadership. Wow. With its leadership, that is. 35, well, W.B. Du Bois was he was a civil rights activist and sociologist. So he's getting out of the National American Advancement of Colored People, or whatever it's called. The National Advancement of American Colored People, or
I believe so.
Association, something.
Advancement.
Something. 35. Lloyd Wayner set a record of 18 putouts in center and doubleheader. Sounds impressive. 35 as well. SDAP and CPH achieved majority in city council in Amsterdam. The SDAP, that's the Nazis, right? The Social Democratic AP, whatever party. I'm just gonna look this up.
Doesn't sound right.
SDAP, party. Let's see here. Social Democratic Workers' Party of Germany.
Oh, okay.
That's,
there you go.
That's the Nazis.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even have the picture here. It will not show the swastika.
No.
1935, work service for recent graduates became obligatory in Germany. Yeah, I think I heard about that. 36, first flight of the Focke-Wulf FW-61 helicopter piloted by Ewald Rolfs. Now, I had a hell of a time finding an image of this, and I'll show you why. So, it looks like a good image.
Yeah.
Everything. I looked this up here, and I'm looking, okay, this one looks better, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what about this one? Oh, no. Wait. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I can kind of still see it there. God, it's everywhere. I can't have that on my thumbnail.
No.
Not even as a pixel. 1938, Cincinnati Red. Lonnie Frey hit 8 doubles in a doubleheader. 1940, end of USSR experimental calendar. Gregorian was it, or Gregorian? No, Georgian. Gregorian,
I believe.
But there's not another G here. Gregorian. Okay, there is a second G. I'm stupid. Gregorian readopted 627. What's wrong with my brain? 1940s, World War II, under the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, the Soviet Union presented an ultimatum to Romania, requiring it to cede Bessarabia and the northern part of Bukovina. Mom's time, 1941. This is not a good way to start Mom's time. Lithuanian fascists massacred 2,300 Jews in Kovno. Sorry, Mom. I guess I can switch things around if there's multiple. But we also have World War II. This is not a good one either. Soviet planes bombed Kassa, Hungary, now Kosice in Slovakia, giving Hungary the impetus to declare war the next day. So
the only saving grace, it wasn't her birthday.
Yeah, that's coming up though.
Yes, it is.
I wonder what events happened on her birthday, if there's anything that's recorded.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, we will. 42, the first flight of the Grumman F-6F Hellcat. Sounds like an interesting aircraft here really quick. I'm going to look this up. Oh yeah, I've seen these. We've seen these in various aircraft museums. They're all over in World War II and everything.
Yeah.
So, 44, MLB New York Yankees, Brooklyn Dodgers, and New York Giants played unique 6-inning game for war bonds, each playing successive innings. Final score: Dodgers 5, Yanks 1, Giants zip. Well, that's pretty cool for war bonds. We also have, during World War II, San Marino, a neutral state, was mistakenly bombed by the Royal Air Force based on faulty information, leading to 35 civilian deaths. Ugh, it's not good. I don't think they're neutral anymore. Also during World War II, the Battle of Oshishki in Oshishki, Poland, one of the largest battles between Nazi Germany and Polish resistance forces, ended, unfortunately, with the defeat of the latter, the Polish. So, 45, the United Nations Charter was signed by 50 nations in San Francisco. Now, other source says it was signed by 50 allied nations in San Francisco. Now, keep in mind, VE, Victory in Europe Day, by now in 45, it was done.
Yeah.
We're still fighting the Japanese.
Yes. Another what? October or something like that?
August.
August?
Yeah, I believe it's August. 46, Loon's time.
Hey.
Dutch Nazi collaborator Arnold Meijer sentenced to 5 years. Well, your time started better than Mom's today. Justice. Fred Allen's last radio show, his guest was Jack Benny. Either of those ring any bells? Or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fred Allen, yeah.
Yep.
Jack Benny for sure.
1948, U.S. began airlift Operation Vittles to West Berlin. I'm just going to do a quick scan to see if there's any comments here. Nope. During the Cold War, the first supply flights were made in response to the Berlin blockade. 48, William Shockley filed the original patent for the ground junction transistor, the first bipolar junction transistor. That's more difficult to say than it seems to be, for some reason. But yeah, this, like, I'm not sure if any of this is exciting. Not to me, so it didn't go on the thumbnail. But yeah, that's him showing the transistor.
Yeah.
If anyone can understand that, I mean, you probably might, right? Like, you work with electricity.
No, but I don't understand the workings of it.
Okay. 1949, first Belgian parliamentary election where women can vote. CVP gains. Okay. 1952, Nelson Mandela and 51 others infringed South Africa's curfew. You fight. Fight. So, 53, Lavrentiy Beria, one of the trio of Soviet leaders after Stalin's death, and the former secret police chief, was ousted from power and arrested. Yes, that's we gotta watch that movie, Death of Stalin. That's a good movie.
Is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it actually, like, you know, it's based off historical events and everything, but it's fairly accurate to my understanding. Like, you know, Stalin in a pool of his own piss after a stroke and dies days later. You know, so, you know, Beria, like, he gets what's coming to him. he was an asshole. 1959, Ingemar Johansson and Sweden Floyd Patterson of Sweden floored Floyd Patterson 7 times in the 3rd round in New York City to win the world heavyweight boxing title.
I saw that fight.
Other source says Swedish
on
boxer.
TV.
Nice.
Not
yeah. Swedish boxer Ingemar Johansson became world champion of heavyweight boxing by defeating Stadium Floyd Patterson on technical knockout after 2 minutes and 3 seconds in the 3rd round at Yankee Stadium. But doesn't mention the 7-time flooring. So, 59, Queen Elizabeth II and U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower opened the St. Lawrence Seaway, allowing ocean-going vessels to travel from the Atlantic Ocean to the Great Lakes of North America. That's awesome. 1960, British Somaliland, now Somalia, gained independence from Britain. Pretty cool. 1960 as well, Hall of Fame allowed Veteran Committee to vote annually. Italian Somaliland declared independence from Italian administration, so they're declaring it. The other ones were granted it. And now this one, you know, now we get both. Primary source says Madagascar, formerly Malagasy Republic, declared independence from France. But other source said Madagascar gained its independence from France. There's a big difference.
Yeah, there is a big difference. One you're claiming it, and the other one you got it.
Yeah. Or are they claiming it because they got it? Or did they get it because they're claiming it?
Yeah, it could be simultaneous.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of implications in there. Anyway, 1962, blacks began passive resistance in Cairo, Illinois. Like, I think there's a Cairo in Illinois. There's a Memphis in Tennessee. There's a Paris in friggin' Texas. There's an Ontario in California. There's a swastika in Canada. There really is a town called Swastika in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. 1963, Dutch Second Chamber condemned commercial TV. I wholly agree with that. 63 as well, U.S. President John F. Kennedy delivered his famous Ich bin ein Berliner speech in West Berlin.
Yeah.
A later misconception claimed he said, I am a donut, because of the German jelly pastry Berliner. And I actually have, not here, not there, is that it? No, okay, well, I don't have it anymore. Let's hold on a second. I sent it to somebody. Let me open it up here really quick. Oh, here it is. I do have it. So let me play this.
All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
That's hilarious. Like, people thought he said, I am a donut. 1967, Pope Paul VI named 27 new cardinals, including Karl Joseph Wojtyła, the Archbishop of Krakow, and future Pope John Paul II. Yeah. You know, he's the guy. You know, came out of Poland. 68, 10-year-old English girl Mary Bell strangled 4-year-old Martin Brown in Newcastle upon Tyne, later convicted of manslaughter on grounds of diminished responsibility. Yikes. 68, Executive Council decided both AL and NL, the American and National League respectively, to divide into 2 divisions. 68 as well, U.S. returned Iwo Jima and the Boyne Islands to Japan. Okay, that's pretty cool. 1970, Frank Robinson hit 2 grand slams as Baltimore Orioles defeated Washington Senators 12-2. That's 6-1. 1970, 2 young girls died in a premature explosion in Derry after their father, a member of the Irish Republican Army, was making an incendiary device, presumably for use against the British Army. Bro, you're doing that shit in the same building with your kids? What the hell's wrong with you, man? Like, I understand times are tough, but seriously, dude. Not while your kids are in the same building. Come on. Then this is a reason. Like, idiot. 71, Angels suspended Alex Johnson after 5 benchings and 29 fines. Yeah, he's a troublemaker. 72, Australian swing bowler Bob Massey took 16 wickets, 8-84 and 8-53 on Test cricket debut and second Test versus England at Lord's. No idea what the hell that means, but it sounds cool. I mean, it might not be interesting at all. I don't know. 1973, London production of Jim Jacobs and Warren Casey's musical Grease, starring Richard Gere, opened at the New London Theatre. 74, the Universal Product Code, UPC, was scanned for the first time, here it is, to sell a package of Wrigley's chewing gum at Marsh Supermarket in Troy, Ohio. The barcodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you want to know something interesting about barcodes? I actually have a barcode right here if you want to, scan it. Like, with the barcodes, it's not reading the black lines. It reads the lines between.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. So that way, like, because, there's so many barcodes, it's like, we normally see black on white, but I've seen black on, brown, black on blue, black on all sorts of other colors. But it's not scanning the color white. It's scanning the spaces between the black. So it doesn't matter what the color is. As long as it's not black, it's scanning it. So maybe that's why Teslas have a hard time. So
Teslas?
They have a difficult time distinguishing black people as road hazards.
What?
Pedestrians.
Oh.
Like the auto drive stuff.
Okay.
Like a
you
Pixel.
Didn't say auto drive.
Well, what Tesla? What are they like?
You drive a Tesla.
Well,
it's an electric car.
But then, how would my statement be applicable? And that's probably why you're confused.
Yeah.
The auto drive at least at one point, it didn't pick up on black people as well. It's weird. So, or one of them didn't. I'm not sure if that was. What's that one, like, other auto drive thing that's gotten big? I forgot what it's called.
I don't know.
Well, anyway. 75, Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi declared a state of emergency. We talked about that yesterday. 2 FBI agents and a member of the U.S. Indian movement were killed in a shootout on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. Leonard Plater was later convicted of the murders in a controversial trial. We also have U.S. Supreme Court rules unanimously in O'Connor versus Donaldson that non-dangerous people can't be confined to psychiatric facilities without adequate treatment and if able to live viably in outside society. But what constitutes a dangerous person? What do we constitute as danger?
And who's deciding it?
I mean, like you have phrases like "silence is violence" out there. So if you don't talk about something and somebody is upset about that, does that make you dangerous in their eyes? I mean, who says? 76, Washington Senators player Toby Hurrah played an entire doubleheader at shortstop without a single chance in the field. That doesn't sound good. No.
Nothing was hit to him.
Huh.
2 games.
That sucks. 1977, 42 people died in a fire caused by an inmate at Maury County Jail in Columbia, Tennessee. Yikes, man. It's terrible. Elvis Presley appeared in concert before 18,000 fans at, well, it just says fan. For some reason, like right here, 18,000 fan. So singular, apparently. At Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana, unknowingly, the last performance of his career closed with his 1961 "Can't Help Falling in Love." 77 as well, the Yorkshire Ripper killed 16-year-old shop assistant Jane MacDonald in Leeds, changing public perception of the killer as she was the first victim who was not a prostitute. Have we confirmed that she wasn't? I mean, yeah, she was underage, but that doesn't stop people. Like, I just want to make sure,
You're just taking them at their word at this point.
Yeah. 77, Tim Severin aboard the Brendan reaches Newfoundland in attempt to reach Newfoundland in attempt to prove 6th century Irish monks could have voyaged across the Atlantic. So he proved it sounds like. 78, first dedicated oceanographic satellite.
Could, not did. They could do it.
Well, no, they proved that they could.
Yeah.
Not that they did, but they proved that they could.
Yes.
So it's still up to archaeological evidence and, like any type of written document,
So I interrupt you.
No, that's fine. 78, first dedicated oceanographic satellite, CSAT-1, was launched. 79, Moonraker, the 11th James Bond film starring Roger Moore, premiered in London. Didn't we cover this yesterday? Or the day before? So, I could have sworn we've covered Moonraker already. 79 as well, British rock drummer Nigel Olsson ran a stop sign, accidentally crashed, and killed another driver. Well, I don't think you purposely crash. I mean, unless you're a stunt double or something, but this probably would not be an intentional crash type situation, so, and that's terrible. He killed somebody. I hope he spent, I don't know.
Well, you ran his light.
Yeah.
Or the stop sign, whatever it is.
Well,
so
you're
kind of responsible.
an eye for an eye leaves a world blind, but in the very least, he should face incredible prison sentence, big fine.
Well,
he needs to get fucked financially and prohibited from driving for life. Never again.
I don't know what the laws are there, but it had to be.
That's what he should have done.
Yeah. Whatever you get for that.
Yeah. Anyway, 79, the Village People became the first disco act to play at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Pretty cool. 82, U.S. vetoes UN Security Council resolution for a limited withdrawal from Beirut of Israel and Palestine Liberation Organization forces. 84, the first flight of Shuttle Discovery 41D scrubbed at T-4.
Oh, man, last second.
-4, last 4 seconds, to be specific. 85, Portugal's socialist prime minister Mario Soares resigned amid predictions that parliament would be dissolved and election called. Well, he proved them wrong, didn't he? Ayo's time, 87. Can I get through my life in 23 minutes? I have time. Columbia Records released King's Record Shop, the 6th studio album by U.S. singer-songwriter Rosanne Cash, and the final of her albums produced by husband Rodney Crowell. We also have losing 9-0 in Boston Red Sox, or to the Boston Red Sox. New York Yankees scored 11 in third and won 12-11 in 10 innings. Wow, that's a good comeback there. 88, the first crash of an Airbus A320 occurred when Air France Flight 296Q crashed at Mulhouse Havishheim Airfield in Havishheim, France, during an air show, killing 3 of the 136 people on board. It's terrible. 89, it could have been worse though. Only 3. One of those things coming down, that's actually not bad. Would have preferred 0, of course, but count your blessings. 89, Canada updates its coinage with a new portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Dora D. Pidry Hunt, the first royal effigy designed by a Canadian. Pretty cool. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on a second. Let me get this back up over here. I wanted to click this. I'm going to look this up, see if this is going to... Oh, here it is. Okay. So, necklace and earrings. Diamond diadem. Okay. First Canadian design, royal effigy. So this is a Canadian design of the Queen.
First time.
Yeah, pretty cool. In 89. That's fairly recent. I was alive.
Very recent.
89 as well, Supreme Court ruled 16-year-olds can receive the death penalty. Good. If they do something stupid. 90, 122 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh,
that's hot.
I have to play this.
111 degrees? Phoenix can't really be that hot, can it?
I'm gonna scroll down so it doesn't copyright.
Oh my God, it's like standing on the sun.
This city should not exist. It is a monument to man's arrogance.
Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona is a monument to man's arrogance. That is absolutely right, Peggy Hill. 1998, Kansas and Oklahoma radio stations boycotted K.D. Lang due to her anti-meat ad. Good. You don't want to eat meat, fine. But don't shove that shit down my throat. You don't see me coming, knocking your door down telling you to eat a steak. Why are you knocking me down my door telling me to stop? What the hell? Enough of that. 92, New York City's MTA voted to ban cigarette ads on January 1st, 93. Yeah, about right.
Yeah.
We also have...
They did across the country.
Supreme Court ruled fund soliciting can be banned at airports. Good, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the whatever it was that used to be in there.
Yeah.
Looking for donations.
Yeah, didn't they make fun of them in Airplane? Like, during all the people approaching him?
Yeah.
So, 92. Now, this is no longer on any source, so it might have been shifted. So, take this with and all the other ones like this. The Glastonbury Festival in Pilton. Here we go again, England. Shakespeare's Sister and Yasunu Indoor headline. Other performers included Lou Reed, Chrissy McCall, Tom Jones, Joan Armatrading, Richard Thompson, Billy Bragg, Television, and the Dirty Dozen Brass Band. 93. The U.S. launched a cruise missile attack targeting Baghdad intelligence headquarters in retaliation for a thwarted assassination attempt against former President George Herbert Walker Bush in April in Kuwait. Huh. Now, I'm not going to rattle these off, but we have a whole bunch of temperatures here. 104, 107, But right here, 106 Fahrenheit, 52.2 Celsius in Death Valley.
Ooh.
Like, it's called Death Valley for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not called Cotton Candy Valley, So, but yeah, if anybody wants to look at these, you can go to the link in the underbar. This source and many of our others are down there. We're going to move on up here to 94. PLO, the People's Liberation Organization leader Yasser Arafat returned to Gaza after 27 years. 95. Karl-Heinz Stockhausen's musical piece Helicopter Strange Quartet premiered in and above Amsterdam. Members of a string quartet performed in individual helicopters, flying independent flight paths over Holland, with sounds and video transmitted and mixed to audience in the concert hall.
Whoa.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Listen. Individual violinists in these helicopters. Wait, hold on a second here. This right here. What a bizarre thing to do. And there's another guy here. Or I think that's the same guy, yeah. Oh, that's another guy. The shirt color is different. And that's another guy. Here's the difference. Isn't that that is wild?
That is nuts.
That is absolutely
I've
wild.
never heard of that before.
Neither have I. I was just sitting here and I'm just reading it and I'm just like, wait, what? Hold up, what?
Exactly
what? It came to me in layers. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send it to. Actually, I'm gonna post it in Discord under videos. Here we go. Post it there. Oh what? Oh no. Hold on. Oh well. Anyway, moving on up, what else do we got here? 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first book in J.K. Rowling's best-selling series, was published.
Mm-hmm.
I like that series until, it just got way too much book. I don't want to...
You enjoyed reading the book, at least the original one.
I did, and I'm not saying the shorter ones were better because, I'm stupid and I prefer simpler things. No, I have a life. I only have so long to enjoy a summer. Yeah. And I don't want to spend my entire summer reading one fucking book. The damn thing was this big.
Yeah, you got through it, though.
Well, through a couple of years. But actually, there's one book I never did. Eventually, I quit. Book 4 or 5, I just never got past that. So, 97, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld doctor-assisted suicide ban. Yeah. U.S. Supreme Court also struck down the Communications Decency Act, inconsistent with the First Amendment. It said the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the Communications Decency Act violated the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. Another Glastonbury Festival in Pilton, England, opening here in 98. Primal Scream, Blur, and Pulp headline. Other performers included Bob Dylan, Tony Bennett, Nick Cave, and the Bad Seeds, Tori Amos, the Foo Fighters, and Hothouse Flowers. The year 2000, the Human Genome Project announced the completion of a rough draft sequence. That sounds terrifying. 2002, the NBA draft, Shanghai Sharks of China center Yao Ming, first pick by Houston Rockets. Here we go. 2003, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Lawrence versus Tejas that sex-based sodomy laws are unconstitutional. And notice how our source uses gender-based, because there's 1,000,000,001 genders now, and it's something that you can easily manipulate. So it's a word. 2006, Mari Al-Qatari, the first Prime Minister of East Timor, resigned after weeks of political unrest. 2007, Pope Benedict XVI reinstated the traditional laws of papal election in which a successful candidate must receive 2/3 of the votes. 2008, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in District of Columbia versus Heller that the ban on handguns in the District of Columbia is unconstitutional. Absolutely is. 2012, Good Time by Owl City, Adam Young and Carly Rae Jepsen released, topping charts worldwide and selling 2.24 million copies in the U.S. by the end of 2012. That's a lot of millions of copies. 2012 as well, the Waldo Canyon fire descended into the Mountain Shadows neighborhood in Colorado Springs, burning 347 homes in a matter of hours, killing 2 people.
Whoa, that's lucky.
Yeah. 2013, 20 people were killed after a rescue helicopter crashed in Uttarakhand. That's absolutely terrible. And I don't want to make light of this situation, but it reminded me of this. I've shown this to you before, but I'm going to play it again right here. So it was basically a 74-year-old lady. She was out hiking, with her family, and then she got like heat exhaustion or whatever. Whatever the case, she needed to be airlifted out. Now they're going to airlift her to an ambulance, and then they're going to ambulance her from there, and everything. But she's caught in the outdraft.
Gotta let it back down. Try to get that under control.
Oh, now just watch. They're trying to fix the problem, and they're going to cut here. They are not fixing the problem.
Oh, man.
I hope she got her NASA certification, because, she could be an astronaut by now after going through that. She's still alive,
There you go.
but, like,
Take off. Good.
but I mean, she was like,
Wow.
that's like a carnival ride fast. That was ridiculous. Yeah, well, because he's moving, so he's forcing the wind to go in one direction, slowing down the centrifugal force there. But, see, helicopter, just post this link down here. Like, that's not funny either, but it's still just like, holy crap, dude. 2013, no, we got that one. Here we go. Glastonbury Festival in Pilton, England open. Arctic Monkeys, the Rolling Stones, and Mumford & Sons headline. Other performers include Elvis Costello, Vampire Weekend, The Lumineers, Billy Bragg, Kenny Rogers, and Rufus Wainwright. 2013 as well, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 5-2 that Section 3 of the Defense of Marriage Act was unconstitutional and in violation of the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution. 1 year later, following the military coup in Thailand, people are warned that anyone calling for protest on social media will be prosecuted for sedition. Yikes. What a great way to get people to protest.
Yeah.
2014, Luis Suarez was expelled from the 2014 FIFA World Cup following his biting incident. What?
Not good.
Who the hell does he think he is? Mike Tyson? The fuck is this? 2015, gunmen opened fire at beach resort in Sousse, Tunisia, killing 38. ISIS claims responsibility. 38 at a beach resort. I mean, what a terrible place to get mowed down. 2015, Saudi suicide bomber killed 27 at Shia Imam al-Sadiq Mosque in Kuwait. 227 were injured. Barack Hussein Obama sang Amazing Grace as part of his eulogy for Reverend Clementa Rickney and 8 church members killed during a Bible study in Charleston, South Carolina. Your Supreme Court ruled 5-4 same-sex marriage is legal right across all U.S. states. A constitutional right under the 14th Amendment. I agree. 2015, 5 different terrorist attacks in France, Tunisia, Somalia, Kuwait, and Syria occurred in what was dubbed Bloody Friday by international media. Upwards of 750 people were either killed or injured in these uncoordinated attacks. Now, I want to know specifically how many killed, how many injured. This is just a total list of casualties across the board. Like, how many per area. And was this really uncoordinated? Because if it was, this is only a testament to how violent Islam is. If this isn't a planned thing, then holy shit. 2016, city of Fallujah free from Islamic State control after a month-long campaign by Iraqi forces. Iceland's presidential election was won by history professor Giovanni Johannesstein. Hey, one of us, a historian. That's pretty cool. Panama Canal's third set of locks open for commercial traffic, doubling the canal's capacity at an estimated cost of $5.25 billion with a B dollars.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know they opened up more.
Yeah, no, I knew that they were making a third one. I didn't know that they opened it 10 years ago. Wow, I'm behind the times here. I'm getting old. 2016 as well, Copa America final, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Defending champions Chile defeated Argentina 4-2 on penalty kicks, 0-0 after extra time. That means they either both are incredible or they both are terrible. 2017, America's Cup, Emirates team New Zealand defeated Oracle team USA 7-1 in Bermuda. Peter Burling at the age of 26, youngest ever helmsman to win the cup. Nice. 2017, helicopter with rogue police pilot attacked Venezuelan Supreme Court in Caracas.
Great. How
do you attack with a helicopter? Did it have guns or something? But like, eventually it's going to run out of fuel.
Maybe they sat on his car.
Probably. I'm gonna image search this really quick just to see if that's what happened. No, I'm not seeing anything. I see a helicopter here, but that's full of people, so I don't think he'll have conspirators.
That's a part of the boat.
Yeah. No. But it does have a gun mount right there. I see a gun.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2017, Theresa May's UK Conservative minority party struck a deal to govern with Northern Ireland's DUP with guarantee of $1 billion or $1 billion funding for Northern Ireland. I guess £1 billion.
It would be pounds, yeah.
I mean, was Britain out of the EU by 2017? Would it be euros?
They always kept their pound.
Okay. 2018, first high level.
I believe they were out of it by 18.
Yeah.
I believe
17.
Oh, 17. Yeah.
I think that they got out of it in 16. I don't know. 2018, first high-level talks between Ethiopian and Eritrean officials in 20 years began in Addis Ababa. Excellent. Hello Kitty bullet train unveiled by the West Japan Railway. These people in their anime, dude, I swear. Like, freaking Hello Kitty bullet train. Like, I don't know what to think. I would not want to ride that train. I mean, cool, but, like, oh, good Lord, no. I do not want to. The outside was bad enough. I had no idea it was this level of hell on the inside. What? Oh, no. Oh, hell no. Anyway. Oh, we never went over the title and thumbnail with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the thumbnail. Like, we've already gone through, like, practically all of these.
Yeah,
except for one of them. And the title today, what was the title? Toothbrush, credit unions, barcodes, smuggled turtles, and more.
I haven't heard about the turtles yet.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. 2018, India was named the most dangerous country to be a woman because of sexual violence and slave labor by the Thomson Reuters Foundation. Huh. A little funny how...
India? Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's not surprising at all. I mean, like it's just, like... It's not the best area of the world, okay? I'm not shitting on anything.
Right.
It's just... Like, when there's a game called, like I don't know what it's called, but you basically take Google Street View and go to literally any Street View location in the entirety of the country of India, literally anyone, you'll see trash on the ground. It's sad. It truly is, But yeah, I just find it so ironic that these liberal women are always going around, banging their drums about how, oppressive this country is. It's like, well, why aren't you talking about India? Oh, because they're not white. That's why. Because they're checkboxing. It's only checkboxes with, these liberals. It's ridiculous. They're not actually solving any problems. 2018, polio outbreak confirmed in New Guinea by the World Health Organization 18 years after it was declared free of disease. Well, that's a good record, though. Quiret, Oman registered highest low temperature for a day ever recorded at 42.5 degrees. Is that Fahrenheit?
I mean Celsius.
I mean Celsius. That's going to be pretty high.
Oh, wait.
42.5. This is the highest low.
Yeah, it's got to be Fahrenheit.
108 Fahrenheit. 108.5 Fahrenheit. That's the highest low for a day ever recorded.
No,
like
it's got to be 42
across the board.
Fahrenheit. It's got to be Fahrenheit.
But do they operate in Fahrenheit?
Well, they're giving it to us in information. I
Yeah.
don't know what they go by.
I mean, that would have to make Oman one of the hottest countries continuously on the face of the earth, if it's just Celsius.
Yeah.
2018, Sudanese court overturned death sentence for teenager who killed the husband after he snuggled her. Thank goodness, dude. Defending herself. Wow. What the hell? They're gonna kill her for killing somebody trying to do that to her? Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. 2018, U.S. Supreme Court upheld President Trump's travel ban against mostly Muslim countries. Finally, something good out of the Supreme Court. 2019, highest ever June temperatures recorded in Germany, 38.6 Celsius. Poland at 38.2, and the Czech Republic at 38.9 during a week-long heat wave in Europe. So that's hot.
So we know that's about 108, 109.
Yeah.
By just what we went through.
But see, also our primary source here is British, so they use Celsius. That's why I'm wondering if it's Celsius. But if this was Celsius with that Oman thing, then
the highest low,
then that
it probably was Celsius.
But then they're at like 130 constantly all year long. That makes no sense.
Oh, this is the highest low ever.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, I'm stupid. I'm reading into something a lot differently. Anyway, 2019 highest ever June temperatures recorded. We got that one. Japanese animated film, Spirited Away, by Hayao Miyazaki was released in China and topped the box office 18 years after the initial release. Miyazaki, there we go. Spirited Away, that's a good movie. 2019 as well, more than 5,000 smuggled turtles were discovered in luggage at Kuala Lumpur Airport in Malaysia, bound for India. Yeah, little how they're like this. Just wow, that's terrible. Poor turtles. 2019, 2 U.S. Florida towns paid hackers considerable ransom to unfreeze their computer systems. Riviera Beach, $600,000, and Lake City, $500,000. So that's $1,100,000, right there. We have another Glastonbury in 2019 here. Glastonbury Festival in Pilton, England, open. U.S. rock band The Killers headline Kylie Minogue played the Pyramid stage 14 years after cancer forced her to cancel. Other performers included Bastille, Heuser, and Mavis Staples. All right. 2020, New York Times said Russia secretly offered bounties to Taliban-linked forces to kill U.S. and coalition troops in Afghanistan. Okay. 2021, British Health Minister Matt Hancock resigned after photos of him kissing an aide and not social distancing emerged. Now, a lot of people don't realize, now it's been made to my attention, that the whole social distancing thing, 5 feet apart thing, that was based off of a high school student's paper that he got a C on. It was total bunk.
I know.
But people are just so stupid.
6 foot or something, wasn't it?
5 foot, 6 foot, something, whatever.
Stupid.
7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot, munch. Daylight come and I want to go home. 2021, largest ever pile up at the Tour de France caused by a spectator with a sign during stage 1. Spectator later hunted down and arrested.
What did the sign say?
I don't know. Let's here. Oh wow. Okay. I hope this guy got his teeth kicked in, because what he did was just terrible. Where is it? Right here. I'm trying to see where the sign is. So if it'll load. Well, while it's loading, I'm going to keep on going. Oh, here we go. Okay, there it is. Hold on a second.
Let's right on the side of the road. That was a little closer than 126 as they've gone under that banner.
Oh, right there. So he was just on the side.
What has happened?
But he knocked it.
On the side of the road there. Look at this. I don't
Wow.
know what's
Probably
happened
stuck
there.
the
Maybe
sign
they
out there
clipped the
and somebody
crowd,
hit
but
it.
whatever
Wow.
has happened, they are in a right mess
Wow,
down there.
absolutely wow. I hope he got his teeth kicked in. 2023, earliest possible evidence of cannibalism found in 1.45 million-year-old fossilized hominin leg bone with cut marks made by stone tools from the National Museums of Kenya and Nairobi. Wow. We also have Russian leader Vladimir Putin vowed to bring leaders of the Wagner Group rebellion to justice, saying they wanted, quote, to see Russia choked in bloody strife, end quotes. 2023, Uruguayan President Luis Lasalle Pou declared a water emergency for Montevideo, with authorities having to mix salty water with fresh to extend supplies due to a drought.
Oh,
You gotta they're in drought. You gotta do something. What are you gonna do? Not drink? You gotta do something, man. 2024, attempted military coup in Bolivia as General Juan Jose Zuniga led soldiers to storm presidential palace in La Paz. General later claimed president instigated it to boast his popularity. 2024, European Space Agency created Lego space bricks by 3D printing Lego out of meteorite dust, part of a project to learn how to build a base on the moon. That is epic. That is absolutely epic. They used moon dust to 3D print, they made it into a paste. They 3D printed it into a Lego to make proof of concept of creating construction equipment there on the moon without hauling up all the concrete and everything. We just use the dust, mix it with whatever, and then 3D print it. You know, we're already 3D printing buildings, homes, you know, structures on Earth. You know, it's still a fairly new technology, but, you know, this is proof of concept.
Yeah.
That's epic. 2024, former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez sentenced in a U.S. court to 45 years in prison, fined $8 million for drug trafficking. I want to look what these Lego moon brick. Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
But you can see, like, you know, how it's not like a pretty, like it just, you know, repeats and everything, so you can see how it's 3D printed. But that's awesome. Like,
it's just the Lego concept to interlock.
Yeah, well, it's the fact that you can build it out of, you know, we have materials here on Earth. It was used with materials that they got from another world for proof of concept that can be used as foundation.
Yeah, to build.
So, no, we can build these, you know, with Earth materials today. We can 3D build a 3D print a Lego brick. But with, you know, materials from another world, that's the important part there. 2024, former Honduran President Juan Orlando, we got that one. 2024 as well. Julian Assange, founder of WikiLeaks, returned to Australia after pleading guilty to one charge of espionage in a Saipan court and subsequently being released by the United States Department of Justice. And in 2025, meteorite fragment that predates Earth at 4.56 billion years old crashed through the roof of a house in Georgia, United States.
Jeez.
Wow. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar description before to find any links that you may find interesting, you know, including but limited to all things on the Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, so we can only bring you a portion between two sources. We have gone through this 42-page script, you know, in just over an hour. So, yeah. Anyway, it is up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness, with a yearn to learn, to see outside what we think we know, to grow and find enlightenment. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from our own and find a better way to be better to one another. What's a code word? Let us know that they're still watching.
I don't know.
No. Just type in K-N-O-W. Type in no.
There
you know, or knowledge or whatever. Like, you know, let us know that you're still watching. Anyway, for your dose of Past Events Daily, where's my dang thing? There it is. We stream every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all you and all of us, I am Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. Until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs.